Hello all and welcome to Palm Beach Tan. Today I'll be your tanning consultant, leading you through every step of your tanning journey today. But before we get you bronze, let's discuss the history of tanning, the difference between spray tanning and bed tanning, as well as the different tanning products to use. Tanning was originally thought to be an indication of an inferior social standing. It represented the individuals who labored outside all day in the scorching sun. But this soon changed after famed model and fashion icon Coco Chanel returned from her trip from the French Riviera. Everybody noticed her skin was noticeably darker, and so this resulting in a fad and trend. In the 30s, tanning aids such as the Gypsy Suntan was originally introduced. So it's a machine that evenly distributes the tan oil. In the 40s, many women were painting their stockings with different substances like tea bags and gravy in order to make their appearance of their skin darker. And in the 50s, the foil tan reflective blanket was introduced. This blanket is made out of a silvery material that reflected the sun rays onto the person's body, and this making it easier to reach harder places that the sun can not normally reach, as well as amplifying your tan in a less amount of time. So you would spend less time out in the sun, and it would result in a more even tan. And this was shown by TalkingTan.com. And in just a short while after, 3 years later, in 1953, Eva Wittgenstein was a researcher that actually discovered the process of artificial spray tanning. So her study focused on glycogen storage disease, primarily in kids, and she used a substance called dihydroxyacetone. This is the main ingredient in all the spray tans used today. It's called DHA, is what it's primarily called. And this substance, when splattered on the patients, coated their skin but not their clothes. So when she noticed this, she tested it on herself and found that she was getting the same results. So that was Brows and Beauty, shared that information. And in the 1970s, Pro Sun International said that Frederick Wolf was the father of indoor tanning. He was the one that discovered the tanning bed, and he created many other devices before ending on the sunbed, but it was constructed in Europe and was regulated by the government, and it was one of the fastest growing businesses. And it came to the US in the late 1970s, and then the business boomed in the mid 80s. But by 1987, it was known that tanning salons were the fastest growing US business. And that is a picture of the first tanning bed he invented. Next, the sunless tan booth was introduced, and that was in 1983. This booth was introduced by a company named Norvell. Soon other companies such as Mystic and Versus Spa followed, so these are the spray tan booths we know today. Next, we're going to talk about bed tanning, so we're going to double dip into this topic. Bed tanning is one of the more harmful ways you can get your tan. Many people know it's caused skin cancer, but it's also caused relief to psoriasis patients. There's vertical beds as well as horizontal beds, and there's a number of different intensities you can use for the beds. You can go in at a different amount of time, but bed tanning does take longer to show results. The time frames extend from 10 to 20 minutes, and you should build up so you don't burn yourself, but you should go at least a minimum of 2 to 3 days a week in order to keep your tan long lasting. Next, spray tanning is the safest method. It uses DHA, and there are many different customizable features that you can use in order to match your skin tone the best. There are different passes you can use, I guess. There's a 2-pass, which sprays your front and back once, and then a 4-pass, which sprays your front twice and your back twice. They also have evolved to have dryers in them so the tan doesn't rub off on your body. Next, we're going to go into tanning products. There are many different types of tanning products. Primarily, lotions are the most common ones that we see on the market. So there are bronzers, which has a natural pigment in it, and then intensifiers, which are just clear and they intensify your skin color. So bronzers you have to wash off, you have to leave them on for 5 hours. Intensifiers you can wash off right away. There are also things such as facial bronzers, which are easier on your face because it's more sensitive skin than your body. And there are things like eyewear you should always wear in order to protect your eyes from the sun rays. In Nebraska, there's a law that regulates this, and you have to wear eyewear, but in Iowa it's just like strongly recommended. So next, spray tanning products. There are different shades you can get. So light, medium, or dark, and then you can go in and pick your bronzer to best match your skin tone. So a citrine one is going to be more orange, which not many people gravitate towards. There's one called amethyst, which is purple undertones, which will cancel out the orange. And you can also pick different scents. Many tanning salons offer things such as sticky feet, like the stickers that go on the bottom of your feet, so they don't absorb the tanning solution, as well as different prep wipes and things like that. So now we're going to go over what we went over today. We talked about the history of tanning, the difference between spray tanning and bed tanning, as well as the different tanning products. Are you ready to tan today?